This is my story as an independent ceramic artist. It's a journey of how a lot of restrictions, a little bit of internet magic, and a stubborn refusal to give up saved my first collection, and the lessons I wish I know before I started. Almost 6 years ago, I fell completely in love with ceramics, specifically with Kemot clay. I was obsessed with its gritty, raw, tactile texture, and I couldn't wait to start creating my own pieces. But living in a small town, my options were limited. I tried a few local studios to learn the basics, but I quickly felt bored and restricted. It was messy, crowded, and I could only visit once every 2 weeks for 4 hours. It was impossible to refine my pieces or care of the details. So I decided to do it on my own. And after years of practice, I finally had my very first collection ready. And then became the biggest challenge. It was time to fire my pieces. I needed a kiln. I thought finding a studio or an independent artist to pay for fining would be easy. I emailed and texted local studios, independent ceramic artists, public communities, and all of them rejected me. The answers were always the same. We've had negative experience firing outside work and we don't want to risk damaging our kiln. I was so frustrated. I even started planning a 400-kilometer drive to bigger city just to get my pottery fired. I told myself there is always a solution, even if it's exhausting. I also did deep research into clay studios, and I found a wonderful ceramic artist named Lilly Maetzic, who had collected a public spreadsheet of studios that share kilns. Through that, I discovered a brilliant worldwide service called KilnShare. This isn't sponsored at all, just a tool that geniusly saved me, and it is free. So that I found a wonderful place just in 1 hour drive away from Poland to Germany, and that's where I met Galina. She welcomed me with open arms and gave me so much support as an independent artist. Galina, if you're watching this, thank you so much for your warmth. And looking back at this 6-year journey, I learned so much. And here is the advice I wish someone had given me. First, start at a local studio. Even if it isn't your perfect forever space, go just to get the bigger picture of how everything works, the stages of clay, the glazing, and the firing process. Second, use any learning source you feel comfortable with. Dive into YouTube videos, get courses, or take masterclasses. Gather knowledge from everywhere. Third, practice and don't worry about firing everything right away. You don't need to fire every single thing you make at the beginning. If you don't like a piece while you're learning, you can always reclaim and recycle the clay to try again. And finally, if you need a kiln, search for local art co-workings or studios in your city. Check out the KilnShare Service online or look up at Lilly's public spreadsheet to find the closest available kiln in your area. The community is out there. You just have to look in the right places. If you are a ceramic artist watching this, I want to invite you to join platforms like KilnShare. It is absolutely free but makes a world of difference for creators. I'll leave the link in the description. And for makers out there, have you ever experienced the same challenge? Let's talk about it in the comments. It took me years of searching, practicing and fighting through the rejections to make this dream come true. But looking at my first finished collection, I'm so incredibly proud of myself. And yes, someday I dream of having my very own art studio and my own kiln. But for now, this journey taught me that when you have a strong enough passion, you will always find a way to make it happen. Thank you for being here. See you in the next videos.